Hey guys, this is Chris Arnold, Avon Independent Sales Leader, and I have some picks and previews for you for campaign 19 of 2017. And I got to tell you, this brochure is just amazing. I mean, the brochure itself, not just the products in it, but the brochure itself is just amazing, and you're going to want to pick one of these up or check it out online. I'll include the link in the video description of how to see this particular brochure online even after this campaign is over, because it has tons of beauty tips and skincare information. It's actually our Beauty Experts edition. And if you haven't picked up an Avon brochure lately, I have to tell you, they are making some fantastic changes to the brochure, and I have never loved the brochure more than I do in these recent campaigns. So this is kind of our Beauty Experts edition, and they have both our celebrity makeup artist, Kelsey Dinahan, who has got just so many makeup tips in here. It's just a wealth of information. And then our dermatologist, Dr. Kim Nichols, has got her recommendations for skincare and why she recommends certain products to her patients or to anyone that's asking. So just a ton of information, and I'm just going to hit the highlights. But like I said, I really recommend that you pick up a Campaign 19 brochure, sit down, have a cup of coffee. You're really going to have, information to read through and absorb in this, not just the products. Or, like I said, I'll put the link in the video description so you can go straight to the brochure online and see the static brochure that you can view at any time, even before it's live on our online stores. So I figured I would start off with the makeup, and like I said, they have Kelsey Dinahan in here with all of her fantastic makeup tips. She has just tips on, the products she can't live without, tips on a colorful cat's eye, which if you watch my videos regularly, I recently suggested, choosing alternatives to a black eyeliner. And she actually suggests for fall to switch up your basic black eyeliner and go for a more colorful cat eye. And she recommends something like a hunter green or a sapphire blue, which we have in our eyeliner selection. So I thought that was very timely that we happen to recommend that at the same time. I've been recommending alternatives to basic black eyeliner for years, but just that happened to come out right after I did a video on it was kind of cool. She's got tons of tips for browfection. I love those little portmanteaus. And the one I kind of wanted to stop on was the smoky eyes. And the smoky eye is kind of becoming a classic look. It's something that that really is very easy to do, especially if you have the right tools. For example, like our eyeshadow quads. Our True Color eyeshadow quads, they're part of our True Color family. So of course, the color that you buy is the color that you try. The color that you see in the compact, that color is going to be true when you put it on. I absolutely love our eyeshadows, our quads, our singles, and our duos. They have a nice fine milled. The powder is very fine, so you can do a nice sheer wash of color. You can build it up and do a very bold, deeper color. So they're very versatile. And then for the smoky eye, they even have in here the directions on what number color you want to put in what location on the eye. And all of our eyeshadow quads come with the numbers. This one's a little bit light, so it's hard to see, but you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. And so they make it super easy to know where to put the color. You just follow the instructions in the brochure there, and you move the colors around for different looks. So I wanted to show you some of the colors. This one is Naked Truth. This is actually one of my favorite nude shades. And I don't do a lot of peachy shades. I do I tend to be more in the purples and pinks, but I love this one for a peachy shade. It's kind of a pinky pink or pinky peach in the peachy shades, and it just has a really nice it doesn't really read as an orangey color when it's on. So it's just a nice warm color. That's the Naked Truth. Let's see, this is one of our matte eyeshadow quads, and this is in Smoke and Fog, so you know this one's going to be good for a classic smoky eye. So that's the Smoke and Fog with the lovely blue addition to the typical neutral color palette, and a very dark charcoal, almost black, for the fourth color to really get a true classic smoky eye. This is Romantic Mauves. This is one of my best-selling quads, because the great thing about purple, because purple is my favorite color, so this is just an added benefit of purple, is that it's actually flattering for all skin tones and eye colors. And purple is the one color that will make just about every eye color pop, whether you've got brown or green or blue or even a gray. Purple is very complementary to all of them and really makes your eye color pop. But what I like about the Romantic Mauves is it's purple without being purple. It's a very subdued purple. It's almost a couple of the colors, even though they're mauve-y shades, they're almost neutral. So I really, really love the Romantic Mauves eyeshadow quad, and like I said, this is my top selling eyeshadow quad because it looks great on everybody. Let's see, next up is Khaki Style. For those who like a little bit warmer palette and like to play with color, this is a fantastic, greens. If you want, again, a more subtle, almost kind of, there's like even a bronzy sparkle in the green there. So if you want, a little bit of color, but you still want to be kind of muted and not super bold, bright greens. And that looks, the khaki looks great with brown eyes. Really love that one with brown eyes. Mocha Latte, this is another one of my, one of the top selling quads that I sell. And it's because it's just your basic nude palette. And really good colors that are kind of flattering for just about anybody. So let's see, Berry Love. I like this one for green and hazel eyes. This one really makes green and hazel eyes pop. And so you've got a little bit of pinky, and then you've got kind of this burgundy color. Really, it's called a plum burgundy, I believe is the actual name of the color. Yeah, plum burgundy, and that's actually available as a single as well. But just these colors really, the combination of kind of the pinky brown and the plum burgundy really make a green eye pop. So these are really really nice colors there. Let's see, Desert Sunset. Oh, another one for those that like kind of warmer colors. And don't let that gold scare you. That gold is really very, it's not super super bright. It's, it's got a nice, actually I think this color would be really nice on darker skin tones. I don't do real well with yellows, so maybe not best to swatch it on myself. But just to show that it's not, it does blend out and it's a very soft, subtle color. It's not, doesn't have to be, it's a buildable color, so you can build it up and have it really be this bright, bright orange there, but it doesn't have to be. You can work with that as a subtler color as well. And last but not least, Urban Skyline. This is another great option for a classic kind of smoky eye. Got a little bit more of a blue hue to the colors, and again has that kind of really dark gray, almost black color in there. So that's some of the colors in our eyeshadow quads. And let me find the full color palette for you, just to give you an idea of how many sets we have. This whole section here of colors to choose from in our eyeshadow quads. So, and then again, there's even more tips from Kelsey in the makeup section. So tips about going bold with your color, blush tips, and then they give you a breakdown of all of the colors, products and colors that she used in the different looks that are, oops, wrong side of the book, here in the book. Next up, we have the skincare section of the brochure. And the skincare section, like I mentioned earlier, has our dermatologist, Dr. Kim Nichols, and has all of her, her kind of why she recommends various Anew products, what it is that's important about them. So there's, probably 10, 12 pages in here with just great information about our different skincare products. So, if you want firming results, or if you're looking for, sagging around the eyes, you want a solution for that. A new brightening serum and why she loves that product. But the one that I decided to kind of focus on is our Anew clinical retexturizing peels. We have two strengths. We have the regular strength and we have the extra strength. And, adding exfoliation into your routine is a great way to loosen up dry skin, help get that dry skin off the surface, that as the skin cells age and die out, we want to make sure that we're getting those, the top layer of the dead skin cells out of the way to reveal the fresh new skin underneath. And even though I use, for me personally, I use the Anew cleansing brush, and that gives a nice gentle exfoliation every day. I do still need a little bit more exfoliation, maybe once or twice a week. So as part of my nighttime routine, I will use the extra strength, the Anew Clinical Extra Strength Retexturizing Peel. And they come on little pads. I was a teenager in the 80s, so I remember Stridex pads for acne, but they come just little pads, and it's textured on one side, so you sweep that over the skin, and you don't have to rinse. Originally, when we first got our retexturizing peel with the glycolic acid, there were 2 steps. You had to have a neutralizer step after. So now it's a 1 step. You just put it on. It's gentle enough that, I have eczema, and when I get overboard on skincare products, I can end up with, scaly patches on my face, and it's not great. Even in the extra strength, with the, let's see, what is the extra strength is, it doesn't say what I forget the difference in concentration of the glycolic acid between the two of them. I'm sorry about that, but on my eStore it'll say what the stronger concentration of the glycolic acid, even using the extra strength, just using it a couple times a week, even up to 3 times a week, so every other day, it's still gentle enough that my skin I don't have a reaction. I don't get the dry, scaly patches for the eczema. And to a certain degree, the extra exfoliation is actually kind of good for me, because exfoliating those dry patches helps clear them up faster. So definitely love the retexturizing peels, the glycolic acid peels. Dr. Nichols recommends them as an effective at-home alternative to a glycolic peel, because of course if you were to go do that at a dermatologist's office, there's going to be more irritation and kind of downtime, that your skin is maybe not as great as you would like it to look when you go out. So she also talks about our line erasers with the retinol, and how retinol is proven to be the #1 wrinkle fighter. So lots and lots of great information about our skincare products in there, and our color products. So definitely pick up this brochure just for the beauty expert section, if for no other reason. So we are getting, we're about halfway through summer now. We're getting close to starting to think about fall. And so one of the things the brochure mentions, that boot season is coming up, and with that you get extra dryness and even cracked heels. And we have a fantastic Footworks line, but what I like is when we get kind of like our special collections, our seasonal collections. And the one that we have for fall is a customer favorite that is returning, and that is our ginger and white tea line in the Footworks. So we've got three different products. We have the ginger and white tea smoothing scrub, and I'll put a little bit of that on the back of my hand so you can see. It comes out kind of It's almost kind of got a sticky feel to it, but it's got like a, it feels like a sugar and honey type scrub is what the feel is like. That would be the closest comparison. It smells really good. It's got a combination of, it's got this clean, fresh note to it, but then it's also got the ginger, so it's got a little bit of spice to it. And so yeah, it's a nice thick scrub, which you really need on your feet, especially if you're trying to scrub your feet in the shower where your feet are constantly getting wet as you use them. So it's a very thick, kind of like I said, a sugar and honey consistency scrub for the feet. And then after you've scrubbed the feet, we have the oh, that's the nourishing cream. Whoops, that's next. The ginger and white tea clay mask. And this is, first off, anytime you do a mask for your feet, it's guaranteed to make you relax because you have to put your feet up. You can't walk around with this on your feet. You know, you wouldn't want to get it all over your carpet or your socks or your shoes. So anytime you use a mask for your feet, guaranteed to be relaxing because you have to sit down and put your feet up. And this is typical clay mask. It's kind of like a yellowy orange color, of course, because of the ginger. But when you put it on and you use it on your feet and legs, and you put it on and you know, rub it in and you let it dry, and then you rinse it off. So as soon as you put it on, I notice a kind of tingly, cooling feeling, which even still in the summer, that's a great thing to have, you know, something to kind of cool off your feet and your legs because they get so hot during the summer. But yeah, you spread that on and it just leaves a mask on the feet and you let that dry and then rinse it off. But it has a nice, nice cooling feeling to it. And especially right after you've, you know, scrubbed your feet and gotten off all that dry, dead skin, the mask is just really going to get in there and soothe and soften the feet. So, and then last but not least on that, we have the ginger and white tea nourishing cream. And this has got that same great, like super clean smell with a little bit of spice, and does not have the same cooling, tingly feeling as the mask does, but I think that's more a component of the mask than the scent. But it just rubs in real nice. I'm actually just getting to try it for the first time and obviously using it on my hand and not on my feet just yet. But it, you know, rubs in real nice and doesn't, I don't get that slick, greasy feel that you worry about with your, with anything you're going to put on your feet if you're then going to try to walk around, especially on your bathroom floor, which is usually kind of slick to begin with. So the ginger and white tea collection in the Footworks, highly recommend it. You can actually get it in Campaign 19 as a 3-piece set for $13.99. So that's just a great, great deal. All right. Next up, I have our some of our new jewelry, and of course, fashion-wise, you know, we're headed into fall. It's time to get that fall wardrobe together. So we've got, you know, all you need for autumn coming up in the fashion, and so in the jewelry, you see a lot of kind of those warmer autumn colors coming out. So we have 2 new bracelets coming out in multiple colors. We've got them in 4 colors in the kind of slimmer style and 4 colors in the bangle style. But this is the Terranova cuff bracelet. Didn't want to mix up the names there. And this is the rose gold, and you can see it's got a nice texture to it. There's little lines of little stones in there in the rose gold one. Those are pink. They almost kind of look like a rose quartz. It's got would be the same as the little beads on the end there. It's got a nice little rope that you can use to kind of loosen it up and tighten it up to make it easier, or you know, to get off and on. But it does still, even, you know, without doing that, it still goes on real easy. So that's the Terranova cuff bracelet. And then we have the Cleopatra stretch bracelet, which looks like a bangle but is really a stretch bracelet. So of course that makes putting off and on easier. And this is kind of the burgundy color with the gold tone accents. You've also got a black and gold tone, a turquoise and silver tone, and a white and gold tone in the stretch bracelet. And then in the cuff bracelet, the Terranova, you've also got a kind of a black with the hematite, and then a gold tone and silver tone. So you've got all of your basic metals there in the cuff. So that's both of those. Pop those back off real quick. Then we have, next up, we've got the, let's see, what is this collection? I lost the name of it, sorry. The Midnight Bliss collection. And so this is the Midnight Bliss necklace and earring set here on this side. And it's kind of a classic look. It's a style that comes around every now and then with sort of the color swirls. It's got the black enamel and then the silver tone pave to finish out the ring. So that's the earrings. Let's try this a little bit differently there so you can see that and that. And I don't know if the video picks up the texture real well, but where the silver tone is, that's a paved texture on both of those. So nice classic set there, good to dress up. You know, another one of those, I love jewelry that you can do with, you know, jeans and a t-shirt, but then it'll also dress up your little black dress. And, you know, basic black and silver tone is going to go well with all of those autumn colors. And then we have the Sparkle On CZ stud earrings. So you've got the black stone in the middle with the kind of rhinestones around the outside there, and they're a nice little, nice size, kind of about pencil eraser size stud. And they come in 3 colors. You've got the silver tone and clear, and the, is it a gold tone or a rose gold tone? I forget. Actually, they call it Morganite color, and it looks kind of like a pinky gold, so like a rose gold type, and then the black in those. So that's our highlights for the jewelry. And, you know, if you decide like that you like, you know, this necklace, but you maybe don't like dangly earrings, these studs are a great, you know, you almost want to get all 3 colors in the studs, because if you have sets or something that have dangly earrings and you're not a dangly earring person, switch out for these studs and you've got a set to go with just about any jewelry that you have. And just, there's a ton of, I really had a hard time picking out jewelry to share with you this time. There was just so much great jewelry coming out in this campaign. And one set that I really liked but ended up not getting any of the demos up was, I like sort of this, it's not really an Art Deco, but it's the filigree, you know, motifs in those. And had, like I said, I had a really hard time deciding what jewelry to get this time around, because there was just so many great pieces to choose from. So, and one other little, you know, because we are getting into fall, it's that time of year again, we have our fall mixology guide for our candles. So this is also a good campaign to pick up the brochure, so you can get all of these different fall scents, so you can mix and match the different candles. Like the fig and chestnut and the sweet pumpkin bread would make a fig and walnut biscotti type scent. We've got the vanilla buttercream, and again the sweet pumpkin bread for vanilla pumpkin cheesecake. You've got the apple orchard and the vanilla buttercream for candied apple. So you've got a nice selection of mix and match for the candles there. Just some great scents in the candles by themselves, but then when you mix them up, you do multiple candles in a room, you get kind of new fun scents. It's a little bit longer than usual on our picks and preview video, but there was just, like I said, so many fantastic things to check out in this brochure. So, you know, definitely pick up your Campaign 19 brochure, or check it out. Like I said, I'll put the link in the video description so you can check it out online. And hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.